Welcome to day number 2, your persona. Let's design your persona, or probably let's redesign your persona. So in the day of the digital, right? I mean, this day and age, if you're not really looking a little different, it's pretty hard for people to remember, because there are so many faces, okay? Not only on the phone or on the digital, but also in real life. There are so many people coming across so many things. So unless you have your own persona, unless you have your own brand, it is pretty hard for you to stand out. Why is this important? Unfortunately, your success is not only dependent on your work ethic and on your work, but also how people perceive you. Yeah. So if you do not have an identity for yourself, right, it is pretty hard for you to remember. I mean, for them to remember you. Okay. All of the big personalities, all the personalities who has made a significant difference in this world had a personality, had a persona. Okay. Think about Steve Jobs. Think about Usain Bolt. There's one thing that you get the moment you think about these personalities. Usain Bolt, you know, that his posture, right? Steve Jobs, his glass and his turtleneck. Mahatma Gandhi, right? I don't know, Arnold Schwarzenegger. These people, they had one thing that makes them stand out, right? So what are they doing? What are they having? That one personality. So if you're going to be looking like everybody else, then it's pretty hard to make that first impression in front of people. Okay. So there is this movie where, he wants to make a difference. I don't know what the movie is. I think it's an American Love or something like that.
You late?
Yeah, sorry.
Sapporo's?
No, thanks.
Let me ask you a question, Kyle. How much money you got today for clothes?
What
happened to your feet?
What do you mean? These are my 407s.
Oh, they're 407s. Can I see them?
Yeah. These offer a lot of support.
Right.
Whoa, come on!
What are you, in a fraternity?
Are you insane?
Are you in a fraternity?
You could have hit somebody. What was that?
I'm asking you a question. You in a fraternity?
No.
Are you Steve Jobs?
What?
Hold on a second. Are you the billionaire owner of Apple Computers?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, you got no right to wear New Balance sneakers ever. Come on.
Okay. All right.
You can be however you want, unless you are a billionaire owner of some company. You can be anonymous. But if you want to actually make it right, you have to make a difference. And that's why these things are very important. I have learned these things through the hard way. Okay. So I want to give you a clear breakdown as to who you really are and what your identity is going to define you as a person. Okay. Now it is not defining, but it's a redefining. Okay. You need to define yourself with a different identity. So your persona, let's create your persona. Okay. So there are steps to it. So when you are having your story, when you have your idea, and if you want to pursue that idea, okay, your thinking will have to change first. You will have to change your thinking. You cannot achieve a certain goal if you have this level of thinking and this is your goal. It's impossible. It is highly impossible. If you're thinking so much and if you want to achieve here, that's why people say, when they say dream big, they're not just saying it. They're not just throwing your words. Okay. So you have to start your thinking from there, because everything begins from here. And the next comes the behavior. So when the thinking is in alignment, then your behavior is in alignment. Behavior is nothing but the way you eat, what you eat, the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you think, the way you, okay, the thinking, I'll take it off. Or the way you act. This becomes your behavior. Okay, it's not acting. There is a concept called method acting. So in that, when there is a movie, there are very few people who do the method acting. Okay, so when there is a movie that is being shot, for example, DiCaprio, Daniel Day-Lewis, Robert De Niro, these people are method actors. So when there is a movie that's going to be launched at some date, okay, so these people, they just don't play the character. They understand the story and they study the character, and this mostly happens when the character, the movie is based on a real event. So they play the character. They just don't play the character, they live the character. That means they eat what the character has eaten. Okay, they live, the way they sleep, everything changes. Like they literally change themselves to be that particular person, at least for like 4 to 6 months before the movie. And even during the movie, they don't break the character. They are in the character, they are within that character. Okay, now you're acting, you're going to shoot, and then after the shot is cut, after you go off the camera, you're not going to be yourself again. No, you're going to be that person. Through the course of this entire movie, you're going to be that person. And that is called as a method acting. So when you want to change the persona, when you want to really change your style, you cannot be who you really are. And then when your thinking changes and when your behavior changes, then things will start changing in your life. People will start perceiving you in a different way. Okay, I was a scared kid until I got out of my MBA. Even after I was almost to a level of 4 or 5 years, when I was in the corporate, oh man, I was just the same scared person. So I literally had to create this new persona so that people are, viewing me a little different. Okay, it's because it's really hard to get that. It's really hard to take the disrespect on an everyday basis, directly or indirectly. It doesn't matter. When people don't respect you, you will feel it. You will really feel it. Okay, so your thinking will have to change, your behavior will have to change, and the next thing is your environment will change. This is a little difficult, and it's a difficult choice to make, but you got to make it anyways. Okay, so environment, when I say environment, it is your workspace, it is your digital space, it is your personal space. Workspace, of course, it is your workspace. Okay, if you're running a business, just take a good look at wherever you're running and just look at the hygiene and a healthy environment that you have in your workspace. If it is cluttered, if it is clustered, if it is mess, that is nothing but the reflection of your mind. Okay, so in my room, I've got this table and I've got this laptop, and my space is pretty clean. I don't have anything apart from my tea. I don't have anything else on my desk apart from my tea, my book, my diary, my journal, and that's it. It's clean. I don't want to be mess. Okay? In my bedroom, all I have is my bed, the cot, the bed, the table, and that's it. Don't junk. Like, people throw their clothes, and you're not really living who you really want to be. So you've got to live who you want to be. Only then you will get there. So you have to think like them, you have to walk like them, you have to act like them, you have to eat like them, you have to behave like them. Okay? So clean up your workspace, clean up your digital space. Don't have your selfie on your wallpaper. Okay? It is good, but and on top of your photo, you have a bunch of icons like games, unnecessary, unused apps. It shows a typical consumer behavior. All you need is just consume. There's no produce. There's no production. There's no produce. You're not producing anything. All you're doing is consuming. When you're just consuming, how are you going to become the person who you are becoming? When you're just consuming, you are becoming the product of somebody else's production. You are just becoming the product. When you keep consuming, you're taking people's ideas. You're not producing anything original. So your digital space is absolutely important. Keep your phone clean with the minimal apps. Like very minimal apps. Don't spend too much time on your phone, on your gadgets. Even the laptop, when you just open the desktop, right, the main home screen, it's filled with so many icons. The moment you open, you'll be like, holy shit, right? But if you just take mine, all I have in my desktop is the recycle bin. That's it. Just the recycle bin, that's it. Like, it's clean. It's just clean. And I have the globe or a couple of other wallpapers that inspires me. Wallpapers that is clean and that makes me think, okay, what is my next action? What is my next thing? Okay, so digital space and the personal space, like I said, the bedroom or your living room, how clustered it is, how cluttered it is, how clean it is. Don't be the person who throw things, who just, leaves things, and don't be that person. Don't do that. Because it is nothing, your space is nothing but the reflection of your mind. So if you are aspiring to be somebody, you have to live like them. You have to, live like them. That's it. So once you take care of these things, so that's why I'm telling you, your thinking will be designed by the journal that you write in the morning. I told you about the goal writing, right? So that is where you shift your thinking. Behavior, it is a conscious choice or the decision that you make on every single day basis. Okay, behavior. Environment, you do it once and you maintain it. Okay, and then you have the clothing and accessories. There are very less people, let's say that in the music industry, okay, if in the music industry or in the movie industry, if there is a guy or a girl who's just looking normal, just like everybody else, it is pretty hard to accept. It's pretty hard to get attention. It's pretty hard. But if you're looking a little different, you've got something, you cannot really say it, but you're looking something different than the other people. And that gets the attention. When you get the attention, it is good for your life, it's good for your success. Okay? For example, Mahatma Gandhi, right? He is a little different. Of course, he had a reason for his ahimsa, he had a reason, he had a cause, but he's looking little different. Osho, right? These people have something different about them. So your clothing, your accessories, something, the moment when people talk about you, the first thing that they get into their mind. Okay? There should be something. So your clothing, your accessories, just change it according to your persona. So the reason I'm giving you the framework and not the exact formula is because your profession, your dream, your goal, your body, your thinking, it's all different. That is why I'm giving you the equation and not the exact formula. It's not like, this is never like 2 + 2 = 4. Because what works for me will not work. I can easily tell you that have a glass, shave your head and grow a beard and make it like more swaggy. Because for me, my identity is like my hair is thinning, so I shave it off. I don't want to have the partial hair because that sucks. And I want to have a beard, and that goes with my body so that I build my body. So body, muscles, beard, bald, these things are my identity. You see what I'm saying? So something like this, a little different, not too awkward, but a little different. So what are the things that really defines me when a person looking at me for the first time? These are the things, right? Something like this, an identity. Give yourself a new identity so that you have a better feeling and then you are acting accordingly. All right. And the last is your circle. So I don't want to talk much about the circle, but I want to tell you one thing. Okay. Your circle it's very simple. You are the average of 5, 10 people you surround yourself with. Surround yourself with. Okay, you are the average of 5 to 10 people you surrounded with on a regular basis. If you have, this could be friends, family, colleagues, whoever. If you have 5 people or 10 people that you regularly surround yourself with, that you regularly hang out with, okay? And if these 5 people are fat, if they are broke, and if they are filled with negative thinking, you will become one of them. Because we humans, we adapt the qualities. We adapt the best possible quality that we have in others. We adapt the best possible qualities that we see in others. So if the maximum, whatever the highest quality that you see in others is what you pick up. Okay, so if your wavelength is not matching, if once your thinking, behavior, environment, clothing, these things changes, right? Obviously, people will start seeing the difference in you, and whoever is connecting with you will stay with you. Whoever will be able to match with your frequency, with your wavelength, they will stick with you. If people are not ready to level up, obviously you will lose them. Obviously, they will lose you. Okay, so take care of your circle. Take real good care of your circle. Sometimes that's a hard reality, because when you're pursuing a journey that is like super meaningful to your life and something that is noble, you cannot take everybody along with that journey, because that is your journey. It is your personal journey that means to you a lot, and it plays super important role when it comes to you and your life. And sometimes you will lose people, and the worst part is you will lose you. But I'll tell you what, the best is yet to come. You know why? Because when you lose people, when you lose things, when you lose yourself, you will lose a part of yourself. But when you go to the other side, everything will come back together. Okay? You will get a lot more better people, and you will be so much stronger, and you will be the best version of yourself. And that's the best part about going through this journey. And that's the best part about pursuing a goal that's meaningful to you. It's hard. And that's why it makes so good. Okay? So create your persona, live it every single day. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.